Hi, I am Mandy of Mad Cow Mandy Designs. It is March 10th, 2022. Happy Mario Day. This is episode 8. I live in North Louisiana and today I have knitting, crochet, and a little bit of graphic design to show you. So let's get started with my finished object. I finished a pair of socks. These are the Knit Picks Felici Psychedelic Sunset. I really like this one because all the colors landed perfectly on the foot. Love it. I am going to apologize if you're one of those people that your socks need to match. If they're self-striping, you have to get the stripes lined up. I'm not one of those people. I have figured out how to get one pair of socks out of one 50-gram ball of the Felici yarn, and they're never going to match. It's just not going to happen, and honestly, I don't care. I have so many other things in this room that I'm very particular about and have to be done a certain way. Lining up stripes in socks, I don't care. So, this is just my standard little vanilla pattern that I do with a Fish Lips Kiss heel. I am going to try and write up my basic vanilla pattern hopefully this week. We'll see if that happens. But I am going to try and get that written up for y'all. And I am excited to wear those. I've been saving them for a few days to show y'all. My other finished object is graphic design, and this is going to go in my shop today. I am creating the listing today. So these are cake pens. Oh, come on. There we go. You can fill out the type of yarn and the colorway, all that fun information on the little pen, and stick it into your yarn cake. Just like so. So this is a ball of Mandy's Makings yarn from Summer Sock Camp last year. And because of the teeth on these things, it's not going to fall out. I am so excited. I have a lot of scraps, and I keep forgetting what the names of all of them are because the labels went somewhere else. Usually my labels end up in my book. I keep a sock log book, and the labels get taped inside of that when I make the socks, which means that my scraps are lost, no names, poor little children in a box that get confused with one another. Not anymore. So these will be sold in a 24 pack because they come in a 6 rainbow colors, so you'll get 2 rounds. Nope. Math. You get 4 of each color. That's 24 pens. Oh, doing good today. I'm a little tired. That's it for my finished objects. So we can move on to whips, which I haven't been working on too much this week. I've been kind of relaxing a little bit after last week's FO parade that we had. My Miss Fiber Fox bag, it's a zipper box bag, is housing my Southern Skeins downward facing frog socks. This is a pattern I'm working on. It's a play on 2x2 ribbing, and still trying to come up with a name. I'm thinking 2x2 feet. We'll see what I stick with there. But my cute little frog stitch marker by Bronze Shepherd Studios. And yeah, I already finished one. So, oh yes, you can see all the detail of that 2x2 ribbing that I'm putting in. Oh my god. Yep, these colors are true. They really are that bright. I love it. So this is just the perfect yarn to try this pattern out on. I'm very, very pleased with how it's turning out. So that'll probably get done this week if I don't get too distracted. The only other thing I've been working on this week, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I lost my mind. I've gone completely crazy, and that's all I can say about it. Everybody that I follow is making a sea glass sweater right now. They're all knitting them. And I looked at it and I was like, oh my god, it's beautiful, it's scrappy, I have a lot of sock scraps. I could totally make that. I don't feel like knitting a shirt. Because it comes in either a sweater or a t-shirt version. And I didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like dealing with all the ends. And even though they say something about not having to weave ends, I've never been able to get that to work. I've always had to go back and weave them anyways. And so I decided to go with the crochet version. I didn't even know that there was a crochet version. I haven't seen anybody that I follow making it. So, again, clearly I've lost my mind. I have never crocheted a garment. I have never had to do a crochet gauge swatch. I've never done color work in crochet. I don't have any of the knowledge to make this. I don't. But here I am. So, this is where I'm at. And I'm kind of going with purples and blues, and there's a little bit of green in there. So it's just dark, kind of moody colors with a little bit of whites and yellows just for pops. And I'll show you those colors. Oh, it's beautiful. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've watched a few tutorials. The pattern, I bought it from Wool and Pine. Great pattern. She has links in the pattern to take you over to video tutorials. Wonderful, because I had no idea how to do color work crochet, and she showed me how to hold the yarn. That made a huge difference. So, great tutorials, patterns going really well. My crochet skills are not up to the standard of my knitting. So, I do have little markers that I'm putting every 20 stitches because I kept losing stitches. I'm sure I'm just like skipping some occasionally along the round, and I'm up to close to 300 stitches, and I'll be at like almost 400 by the time I do the split for the sleeve. And yeah, I got kind of tired of counting the entire round afterwards. Oh my god, I'm about to drop that one out. So, now I only have to count to 20 every round, and I know how many I should have at the end, so it all works out. I did put this little acorn stitch marker on here, because clearly I've gone nuts. Why did I pick this? So, it doesn't look like too much right now. But when I put it on, it's actually getting pretty big. So this is the collar. It will get folded in half and sewn together so that it makes a nice collar. And look at how open that is. I love it. I don't like things that choke me. I have a couple of sweaters that I've made that I'm constantly tugging on, so I think this is going to be a good fit, and I am doing the t-shirt version of it. Maybe it won't be too hot. Maybe I won't die in Louisiana trying to wear my knits. I probably also won't wear it in the middle of summer. I have my scraps down here. I'm going to show them to y'all. This is probably the only time I'm going to go through and actually name all of the colors in here. Beyond that, I will try to put them on my project page for y'all to kind of reference back to. My collar, I am going to try and make the ribbing on the sleeves and the bottom in this color as well. And that is Dragon Hoard yarn, Solstice, and this was a sock set that came with this little guy, and I put this in the sweater too because why not? And it is sparkly, so some of my rows sparkle and some of them don't. I have Mace of Skeins, oh my gourd. That was so pretty. It was part of her fall lineup this past year. My Fangirl Fibers Chilton colorway. And the Mandy's Makings Summer Sock Camp 2021. So you can see that some of them have like whites and pinks and other colors that are not blue and purple necessarily, but it all flows together. Mystery yarn, I think this is Regia. I'm not positive. It's been in my stash for a very long time. We'll leave it at that. Brenda and Heather yarns. This one was named Joe. It's just almost black. And that brings us to Southern Skeins, which of course I have lots of because I subscribe every month. This one is Mandrays. So pretty. Lots of just moody color in there. I do not know the name of this one because it has been in my stash so long. But little pops of green and purple in there and yellow. The yellow in that one comes through as a stripe in the shirt that is just so good. Look, like right here and right here. Yeah. And then I have Barley, which was March of last year, I believe. It was kind of a St. Patty's Day kind of color. This was a recent colorway of hers called Whisper. It was a mini and it's almost empty. I want more of this one because it looks really good in the sweater too. And Groovy, which is very white, but the speckles in it are purple, blue, those kind of colors. So I went ahead and tossed it in too. That is all of them. And it is living in one of my clear bags from when I bought my curtains because I wanted to see all the colors. I need to be able to see all of them at the same time while working on it because I'm a very visual person. I needed to see everything. And that is all that I'm working on. Like I said, I clearly lost my mind. I don't know. I have zero business making a crochet top especially a color work top, but it seems to be going okay. And it looks good on me so far, so hopefully I finish it. And that brings us to mail for the week. I received the February Fangirl Fibers Gilmore Girl collection. I think everybody's gotten theirs by now. If you haven't, look away. So beautiful. This one is called Lane's Drums, Season 2, Episode 20. And it is 80/20 superwash nylon. Offered it to my husband. He said no, he's not really into reds, so I don't know what this one's going to be yet. I haven't decided, but I need to get cracking on that fairly soon. Now, Aunt Pam watched my last video where I said that I needed to pair a white yarn with the Mandy's making that I received so that I can make king cake socks. And she goes, I have it. I have Mandy's makings, all natural. So it's just white yarn, and it's kind of an off-white. It's kind of creamy, and it's going to be the perfect icing on my king cake. So this is probably going to be my next cast on. I have not decided what pattern I want to use yet, but here it is. It's going to be pretty. Man, I'm kind of cruising on along today. I didn't have just a ton to go over. Like I said, this will bring us into chatter, I guess. I kind of slowed down a little this week because last week was jam-packed with make, so that I could go to my show last Saturday that I told y'all all about. I went to the Jonquil Jubilee over in Gibbsland, Louisiana, and it is celebrating all the daffodils that are blooming. I mean, I knew that we had a lot of daffodils kind of in our neighborhood and whatnot here, but they have a ton of them over in Gibbsland. And I set up, there were about 5 vendors at the event, so not very many. 2020, they had their Jubilee, and then everything closed down, like right after it. 21, they canceled, and this year they kind of went back and forth, whether or not they should have the event or not. Last minute, they decided to have it, and so they didn't get as many vendors as they normally would, and they were a little worried about people showing up, and they had about half the crowd that they usually draw in. So that's not bad, considering they didn't have the event last year and they were a little late advertising it this year. The people that came out were ready to shop. There may have only been about 5 of us out there vendoring, but they hit up every table, they purchased from every table, they were excited to be out and shopping locally and supporting their community. So it was great. It was way better than I expected it to be, and I did really well. So I already told the lady to sign me up for next year. I want to come back, and especially since next year things should be a little more back to normal and they should have a little more of their usual crowd. So that went well. Oh, and I did sell out of the bunnies that I showed y'all. So lots of little kids loved the bunnies. They loved all the new, smaller, toy-like items that I added, so I do need to work on that line some more and come up with some more designs for that, because it did well. I am a little tired today. I had a very full day yesterday. My mom came to visit me, and we had a blast. We went to a couple of different stores to pick up a few things that we needed, including Hobby Lobby, where she helped me pick out stuff to decorate our fireplace with. I will try and get some footage inserted of that. She is really good with all the floral designing kind of stuff, so I was super excited to have her help with it. And we found really nice garland to go across the top, and we bought some cute little springtime flowers to tuck into it. And I had already purchased these carrot lights. Y'all, I have no idea why. Every time I saw them in the store, they made me so happy, and I would just laugh at them. And they're just these coily little springs in the shape of a carrot with a little light inside. And I'm just like, that is hilarious. I need it in my life. And every time they're set up on a timer. So at night I'll be sitting there and they ting on, and I'm just like, carrots. So I now have our Easter fireplace set up, and that'll be, Easter sometime in April, so I get to enjoy it for several weeks. And yeah, we picked up some curbside food. My mom has never had shrimp and grits, and I told her that a place here in town had really good shrimp and grits, and she was so excited and ordered that, loved it. We sat here at the house and just had a nice family meal. Yeah. Oh, I taught my mom Instagram. I'm so excited. So my parents do not social media, and I've told my mom that Instagram is a lot of fun because you just scroll through and look at photos. If you want to, you can stop and read whatever's underneath it, but you don't have to. You could just scroll through the photos and get ideas for different things that she enjoys doing. So my mom is very much into kind of the homesteading scene. She has chickens and ducks and guineas and a big massive garden with raised flower beds. So I have her following some of the homestead people that she really likes, and last night she posted a picture of one of their baby ducks, and it was so cute. So I think she's really going to enjoy using Instagram. Yeah, that is all of my notes. Like I said, kind of slow week, but I needed it. I really did need it, and I am looking forward to getting this edited and taking a nap. I will go pick Pepper Ann up from doggy daycare, and me and her are gonna take a nice nap on the sofa. Yeah. Well, don't forget to head over to my Etsy shop and pick you up some cake pins. And I hope y'all have a wonderful week. I will see you next week for more shenanigans. And until then, bye.